semi-conscious business, and you would say, why semi-conscious? Well, my manufacturing roots basically tell me that there's always room for improvement. And so I expect to be a better, more conscious business in the future. And my whole life, or my entrepreneurial life started long ago, long before I even knew what the word meant. I started by pulling a wagon up and down the gasoline lines in the 1970s. Look it up if you're too young to actually remember any of that. And I sold donuts for my mother's part-time job at night. She was able to bring some home free. And I figured out how to make coffee. And next thing I knew, it was instant profit. Fast forward to 2003, after a series of marketing, advertising, and .com startup jobs. I reconnected with my family's manufacturing roots and began working in communications for a global door and lock company. It's there that I learned about just-in-time manufacturing, value-added activities, and lean processes, both in the factory and in the office. And it's all those skills that I still use today in my bake shop. All right. It wasn't all glamorous.
Yep.
It's now the end of 2019. I find myself out of a job. It's just before the COVID lockdown. I'm burnt out. I seriously feel like I'm going through PTSD from 17 years or 16 years of corporate stress, traveling 500 or 50,000 air miles a year, and other assorted toxins. So, what do? I go to Florida. Everyone goes to Florida, right? I go to Florida. I spend some time with my dad. I reflected on what I wanted to do. What I determined was that I had all these entrepreneurial business ideas over the years, and when I put them all down on a piece of paper and looked at what was common among them, it was food and Latin America. I also discovered I'm a coconut super freak. I was that kid who actually would nag my mother for a Mounds bar at the checkout counter line. I want a Mounds bar. No, how about the Mounds bar? So over the years, I've also made coconut macaroons a lot and brought them to birthday parties and any celebration and any funeral. It's really a friend who is a chef who basically said, these are good, you can sell these. And that gave me the confidence to jump into this business. So in the winter of 2021, I traded in my corporate attire for a baker's apron. I was not only influenced from that chef that I spoke of, but my influences are many, including my mother and her work ethic, a conscious business philosophy, and Greyston Bakery in Yonkers, New York. They make chocolate fudge brownies for Ben and Jerry's ice cream. So the next time you're in the ice cream aisle, grab the chocolate fudge brownie ice cream and read the side of the container. I'd also be remiss if I didn't tell you about my travels and how much they've influenced what I do. Two of my flavors are influenced by my travel to Stockholm, quite a lot for that company I work for, and living in Argentina. So on the left-hand side is the Nordic spice macaroon with cardamom, cinnamon, allspice, and cloves, and it reminds me of, tea time or fika in Stockholm and eating those nice cardamom buns. And on the right-hand side, well, that drippy stuff there on the side, dulce de leche, it's not even a comparison.
Thinking about it.
So having lived in Argentina, of course, I got introduced to dulce de leche and thought about all sorts of naughty things to do with it. And this is one of them. So, when creating the company, decided that baked-in opportunity was going to be a central theme. And I believe everyone deserves an opportunity to develop new skills, improve their lives, have access to opportunities that they wouldn't normally have been afforded. And after all, isn't opportunity the American dream? I also think that mistakes that people make, or a series of mistakes that people make at any age, shouldn't determine their sort of path only in life. They should have opportunities to change things. And I created Marnaroons because I saw firsthand that those who wanted to improve their lives sometimes were not able to do so because of their poor decisions in the past. So maybe someone goes to a meth clinic. You know what? That's great. They're trying to maintain, they're trying to stay alive, they're trying to manage what's going on, but they probably can't get a job because they can't pass a drug test. I know someone in town who has a training program for people in manufacturing, graduates a lot of people, but the placement rate is not what you would hope yet. Why? Because a lot of the students are saying, I don't have to stop smoking pot, it's legal. Well, then you're not going to get a job, quite frankly. So you can't let those things consume your life if you can avoid it. And for those that truly need these things as medicine to help themselves, I really think that they should be given an opportunity to lift themselves up. So, Marnaroons had its very first sale on June 12th, 2021. I started the first 2 years as a cottage operator, which meant I could operate out of my house. There's certain rules around it. I sold at a very friendly farmer's market for 2 summers, right up the street from my house, where I know everybody. It was very easy. But I gained traction with delivery in Connecticut, special events and corporate gifts, which was great. But everything had to stay in Connecticut. So I set milestones, I set my expansion plans based on those milestones, and was able to open a commercial kitchen in Old Lyme. It's the first time in my life I've had less than a 10-minute commute. It's heavenly. Now I ship nationwide. I enter into wholesale relationships and have my product carried in the campus stores and grab-and-go eateries at my undergraduate alma mater in Washington, D.C. So creating value is really central to the business, and it's central to any conscious business. And for customers, I really want customers to love our product. No matter who bakes it, who packages it, or who delivers it. I want to listen to customers and hear what they want, how they want it, and adjust if necessary. So this is a photo of my vegan chocolate macaroon. It came about from a customer basically saying, oh, these look so great. Do you make vegan? I said, give me 3 weeks and I'll have it done. And now my specialty products like vegan and dairy, everything is gluten-free, but vegan, dairy-free, and no sugar added, that accounts for 25% of my sales. So we like to be pushed by customers. I've also adjusted in the offering in general. I started out selling in 3 packs for $10. And some guy said to me, what do you put in these cookies? I'm willing to spend even more than $3.33 for a cookie. But there are also a bunch of people that are like, $10 for 3 cookies? So I've adjusted. And at the farmers markets and events, we're selling smaller cookies in the same bag, $10, but there's 5 of them in here. People feel a lot better about that. So let's see. Another interesting thing is clearly I want to create value and a connection with my employees. So I want employees to feel positive about their work environment. I want them to see opportunities to learn skills, provide themselves maybe with some confidence in what they're doing, and learn about themselves and what they stand for. So far I have 5 part-time employees. One of them is a high school junior, and he wants to own his own bakery. So we get Milo doing all sorts of fun things. Now creating value for vendors is interesting. I want vendors to respect what we're doing and why we're doing it, and engage enough with us to kind of feel like they're part of the team. I'm trying to, you can't be an expert in everything, but some of your vendors and suppliers are experts at their specific niche. And if they're willing to be sort of an extension of your R&D, let them help you improve. So I was able to connect with a box company, and I said, I need help. I need to have like a self-mailer. I want the product to be able to lay flat in the box, and I want that one box to also be the mailing box, the shipping box. I don't want to have to like package something in a box and then take that box and put it inside a box. This is what I did all last year. So I worked with this company. They helped me understand what I needed to do to keep everything inside there cool enough so chocolate wouldn't melt, etc. And then I went to my Red Rock branding team and said, okay, now help me tell the story on this box. Now I know what the box needs to look like in terms of shape and folds and that sort of stuff. And so I had a great suggestion on how to tell the story. So again, it's, you have to make sure that you engage with your suppliers because they will help you improve, and especially if you're able to communicate sort of your mode, your interest, how you want to operate, you'll find that they'll buy into that. I pay for this fully compostable labeling and packaging of the individual products, and I support various community organizations with gifts in kind donations. And everybody that encounters me in the local farmers markets are like, oh, I had your product because my friend brought it to a party. Oh, I had your product because I got the sample inside the Lymes Youth Services Bureau gift box. So I try really hard to kind of maintain and keep developing those relationships in the community. One of the things I've learned from being a conscious, intentional entrepreneur is that you need to really know yourself. You gotta know what you are and what you aren't, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. And then apply that to your business and inform all the stakeholders of that business. So to close, what I would say is, learn from anyone and everyone and know what you and your brand stand for. Live those values, and satisfaction and success will follow.